I'm Oliver Wakeman, and I'm here to talk to you today about my new record, Anam Cara. Marble Arch. This is an interesting Marble Arch because this is a long story on the record. And this comes from a short story I wrote when I was really not little, because I've always been about 6 foot. But when I was about in my late teens, I wrote this idea of this kind of like a little bit of a love triangle. So the story is actually about a scientist who has lots of secrets, and a foreign agency is trying to get those secrets out of him. So they send 2 spies to try and get the information out of him. One of them would become his girlfriend and one would become his best friend. And they were trying to find 2 ways to get the information out of him. And then the story is about, we start the song with him stood under a marble arch. It's just an imagery of him standing under a marble arch in the rain, waiting for her to show up, and she never shows up. And so the song is him sitting there going, you know, why are you not here anymore? And then the story develops about how the girl that's trying to get the secrets out of him has fallen out with the bloke that is his friend. So they're both spies of the same agency, but they've disagreed about how to do it. And the bloke that's the friend suddenly realizes that his friendship is more important than the secrets he's trying to get. And so it's a story about that love triangle, about how that happens and why this guy is just stood waiting under an arch in the rain. And then the whole story develops musically around this story. It's probably one of the few pieces on the record that does go through multiple styles of music. It goes through a bit of folk, it goes through sort of acoustic rock, it goes into heavier rock, it goes into jazz section. Luckily I've got a wonderful sax player called Mick Allport on the record who plays wonderful sax solo on that track. Got a bit annoyed with me when I said, yeah, can you give me a 3-part harmony sax parts for the last chorus? It's like, what? Yeah, pretend you're a sax ensemble and just give me all the parts. But he did a brilliant job. And that story is particularly interesting because I hadn't finished it. I'd written it as a kid and not finished it off. And so it's a perfect opportunity to actually finish it off musically this time. I won't give away the ending, but it's one of the few songs that's actually probably more storytelling rather than first-person emotive telling. But that's a good fun. It was a good fun to play as well. There's a lot of musical styles on that record, you know, everybody plays really well. And I think that's one of those sort of songs. It's difficult to tell a story like that unless you've got experience to tell it as a musician, and you've got the right people around you to help you tell it. And having those musicians on that record really helped to tell that story. Otherwise, it would have become it just wouldn't have worked as well. And I think all the musicians on there really massively help it.
His heart begins to ache.